Good morning, everybody. This is Austin Becker again. Just wanted to say, hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday and a great start to the week. I know that this is going to be an interesting week as they still unravel more things about the COVID-19 situation and just other struggles you may be having in your life. And that's actually something I really wanted to hit on today. The topic of the video today is going to be constant conflict, and this will be a perception and a side of me you've probably never seen before. People always say that I'm very a upbeat person, very optimistic, which I am most of the time, but that's not the whole case. Some of the time I can still get very depressed like other people can. I can still be down in the dumps, as they say, or just other things that you may never have heard before. And so I want to just kind of uncover that today and really show you the true side of myself, really be real with you guys, and just hope you get something out of this. And please stay till the end of the video, because I think this will be a little bit of a longer video, but I'm hoping that you guys get something out of it. And possibly if you feel the same way, just don't be afraid to share what you think in the comments, whatever, and stuff. And so yeah, let's get started. So the first question is, who are you? And this is something I ask myself all the time, is who am I, or who am I trying to be? And there's three things that I know for sure. My name is Austin Becker, kind of like the shirt says over there. I have two awesome parents, Mark and Janelle, who's been here, of course, since I've been born. And I am 20 years old, which means that I was born in 1999. And those are three facts. Everything else is pretty much either a thing that I've been given as a belief, or a perception, or something that you've been raised with, etc. And so that's something I really want to put into perspective for people, is that a lot of things that you see out there, think about, know about, is just your perception and your opinions. The next thing, are you putting on a persona? Because sometimes I feel like I am. Like I said before, I try to be this positive, upbeat person, and that's not always the case. I have a lot of struggles sometimes internally, a lot of things that I've went through with my past, and with my parents, with my family, with my cousins, just different things that have brought these kind of feelings to me. And I think other people probably have the same thing out there as well, where they're feeling these internal battles and fights that they have to deal with all the time. And I think this COVID-19 has really brought that out to for people to start thinking about these things more and more and more. And at least it has for me, to where it's like I'm always trying to find my true self. I don't know if you guys are, but I think you guys should have that wanting to find your true you. What are you going to do with your life? Just kind of have that perspective of it's like, what am I on earth here to do? What's my purpose? So this is a song from Casting Crowns, the band. They're a Christian group. I actually went to go see a concert from them, which was a very good concert. And this is probably my favorite song from them. It's called Stained Glass Masquerade. And I'll get to on a couple of slides down, which is kind of like my beliefs and how overall I just feel about certain things, whether it's like church or workouts or whatever, just different things that I do on a daily basis or think about. So these are the lyrics, and I'm going to read them to you. Am I the only one in church today feeling so small? Because when I take a look around, everybody seems so strong. I know they'll soon discover that I don't belong, which I totally 100% believe these lyrics, and they correlate a lot to my situation. So I tuck it all away like everything's okay. If I make them all believe it, maybe I'll believe it too. So with a painted grin, I'll play the part again, so everyone will see me the way that I see them. And that is so true. I don't know, especially during this, today is the day after Easter, which I hope, again, everybody had a great, celebration yesterday, whether it was on Zoom with your family or some other messaging device, or maybe you did actually go see them. Or whatever, maybe it was just a phone call, whatever took place for you. This song really hits home with me, because when I walk into a church, and I have had this feeling for many, many, many years, that everybody, in my opinion, is just sleepwalking. They're going through the motions, and do they really believe what is being said? Are they feeling this pull from God, or again, the universe, whatever you believe in? I do believe that there is a God. I believe that there is a creator. However, as I'll get to in a couple slides, I don't know if I believe everything that we'll just say, whether it's a certain type of synod believes, or whether it's the Christian faith, or if you're maybe you're believing like Buddhism or something else, a totally different belief. The bottom line is that most religions believe that there is a God, which I, again, totally believe that there is a creator. Everything in this world is too perfect and too functioning in a cycle that there couldn't be a creator. And so, but I just want people to think about that. It's just like, how many people do you think are really just going through the motions and not believing what they're doing, or having the purpose behind what they're doing, or knowing what they're doing? And that's kind of the same thing too with a Billy Joel song, The Stranger. This is one of his best albums in my opinion that he has, and this album cover is really perfect for, just kind of, again, that same meaning of, it's like, we all have a face that we kind of hide away, and for me it's one where I get depressed, get angry about things, and I don't show that as often to people as I possibly could, because again, you don't want people to think about that. Or I could think about my self-image. I think about that a lot. I think, with what I wear or what I do, how I exercise, which again I'll cover on the next slide a little bit more. But it's just something that I think that should be on people's mind. And it's just like, are you trying to be the best version of yourself, or are you a stranger? Do you have these two different personalities, kind of like Jekyll and Hyde, where you have one where it's just all dreamy, perfect, rainbows, and then you have one where it's, totally life sucks, the world's ending, COVID-19's taking over. Whatever's in your current perception, your current life situation can bring upon you those beliefs. But I just think it's something that's very important to talk about. So these are some of the questions that I struggle with on sometimes it's a daily basis, but mostly it's a weekly basis, monthly basis, yearly basis, is things like, how do I want to live my life? Am I making the right decisions to be the best person that I want to be, the best man that I want to be, the best, son to my parents, the best family member, the best friend, different things? What do I truly believe in? That could be anything from faith to, friends, which is the next thing, kind of with, who can I trust? Who are the people that are around me supporting me? Who are my mentors? Who believes in what I'm doing? Who is behind me? And that's, I think, just a huge thing, is I think as far as for, again, what do I believe in? I believe that there is a God. I believe that we should all be grateful every day. I believe that we have a decision to make every single day and every single minute to, make the most out of what we have in this time and become the best version of ourselves, whether that is, doing your exercise, doing whatever. But just think about, again, the reasons why you're doing stuff. And this is why I try to hammer this home so hard, because I struggle with this. I always ask myself, why am I doing this? I was doing a short workout again this morning here in my home, and I'm always thinking to myself, why am I doing this? Am I doing this just so I can get ripped so that women will like me? Or, am I doing this because it's making me feel better? Or am I just trying to put on this self-image? Like, what's the purpose? And that's the same thing too. If I'm, let's just say I'm doing a hobby, whether I'm, painting a picture, or I'm working on a car, or I'm cooking a meal, am I doing that for my own self-satisfaction? Am I doing it for somebody else's satisfaction? Am I trying to prove something? What is the purpose of what I'm doing? And I think it's so important to ask yourself, why am I doing this? It could be even with your job, or if you're volunteering somewhere. It's just like, are you getting something out of it? Are you creating values to other people? I know a quote by Jim Carrey, he always says, the most valuable currency there is helping people. By far. If you can make a difference in other people's lives, you can totally reshape your entire world, and I believe that too. I would definitely say, when I was younger and I volunteered a lot more than I do now, I really should get back into some of that stuff, that there was a different viewing of people that were in, we'll just say, less, fortunate situations, or maybe had a little bit more of, monetary struggles, that I had a different perspective on that kind of stuff. Or, I was more sympathetic towards some things, or had a different perspective on those things. And again, that kind of asks, to the last question is, am I on the right path? I ask myself that all the time too, where am I doing the right things? Am I on the right path? Am I choosing actions that are in my own best interest? And I think that's something that maybe you want to ask yourself as well. And maybe you're in the same situation where if you're a college kid like me, or just coming out of college now, where you're just like, okay, what's the next steps? Am I taking the right next steps? And again, that can be uncertain. You kind of just have to take it one day at a time and one, moment at a time to really think about that. But I think it's very important to think about some of these questions. It's kind of like Eric Thomas says with his one quote over here: everybody wants to be a diamond, but very few are willing to get cut. And I think that's huge to think about that. If you really want to make life something special and something unique and make yourself the best you can be, there is going to be sacrifice. I guarantee it. Because of the fact that I'm, especially coming back again to like workouts, that's one of the easiest examples to pull from. I'm doing things almost every day or every other day to, whether it's biking or lifting weights or jogging or whatever, where it's like I'm trying to feel the best, think the best, be the best person that I possibly can be in this short amount of time that we have on the planet Earth. And so that's why I do some of the things that I do, but I still deal with stuff like this where I do struggle with questions, and maybe you do too. So in conclusion, again, I'm trying to be very real with this video. The reason that I really wanted to publish this today was just to show you that even after Easter, it really had me thinking about, again, the belief systems that people have, the way that they think. Why am I doing the way that I'm doing? Maybe you're not able to enjoy things as much as you want to because you have these internal struggles, and those definitely need to be resolved before you can start moving forward and chasing after those goals that you may have. Now that I've made some of my feelings and struggles known, maybe you have the same thing, and I want to encourage you to, again, reach out to me, reach out to other people, just, especially during this time when people are so apart. But again, we're not alone, but just make those things known to maybe it's family member, friend, whatever. And there is going to be more positive, informational, again, some things from my personal experience, like videos to come, different aspects, whether that could be, friendship or like dreams or just a whole bunch of various things, that I kind of want to do still. And but I really want to make this video to kind of show you guys that I'm still human. I still make mistakes, still get mad about things, still struggle with, whether it's self-image or other perspectives from people, and I still have to deal with these struggles all the time. I'm still dealing with conflict on a daily basis. And so if you feel conflicted, please connect with other people, whether that's, myself, text, whatever, call. Reach out to your parents, reach out to friends, reach out to teachers, reach out to people that are there for you in your community. Whatever it is, it's so important that if you feel conflicted like I have, that you just, even if you just write it down in a book somewhere, maybe it's like your journal or something, just please, please, please don't let it sit inside you and, have those feelings for the rest of your life. You're never going to be able to move forward. You're just going to stay in the same place, and nobody wants to do that. And so, to end this video, I just want to say thanks again for watching. I really do hope that you had a great Easter, and that you, again, share your feelings, have those emotions, and just, again, strive to make this week the best that you can, even with the current situation. Again, I know it's not ideal for most people. Again, for myself, I'm not, doing a whole lot of stuff for work or anything right now, but keep making small steps to make that difference, because sometimes those small steps do make the biggest difference. And so again, look forward to having you guys watch the next video. We'll have to figure out what that topic is yet, and have a great rest of your Monday afternoon.